let's look at one of my absolute favorite throws, takedowns, the Osoto Gari. And I say this a lot. A lot of things are my favorite, but the Osoto Gari is absolutely one of my favorites. I think it was one of the first jiu-jitsu takedowns trips I ever learned, and it's now become a big, strong part of my arsenal. What I love about the use of Osoto Gari is that it's great for self-defense, great for sport jiu-jitsu, great for MMA, great against weapons. It's just a multi-use takedown tool that we can use a variety of different ways. So today, let's hammer the concept of Osoto Gari, and then we'll start breaking down a lot of different uses, and then we'll finish how you can chain Osoto Gari and do other throws and takedowns, as well as some wrestling concepts. Let's have some fun with my absolute favorite throws, the Osoto Gari. Now. All right, let's break down the structure of Osoto. Osoto is an outside leg trip. Can you come here, please? All right, now I'm gonna have Leon put his right foot forward first, because this is what I want to talk about when we actually hit the Osoto. We are looking for a mismatch, which means I have my left leg lead, he has his right leg lead, and my foot is lining on the outside of his foot, all right? This is the most general principle of combat. If I'm on the outside of my opponent's edge and I'm triangulating towards him, well, my power's on him and his power's somewhere else. So we're trying to look for those mismatches. We'll start from a basic grip. I'm not gonna make Leon move first, I'm not gonna make Leon move, but I'm gonna start with his foot first, Jesus Christ, Matt. We're gonna start with his right foot forward first, my left, and then we'll build in some movement to actually take him down, all right? So a single collar tie, my right hand goes behind his neck, and his right hand goes behind my neck. This is where the mismatch happens. Normally, if we're grappling, he would have this leg back, almost mirror me, both our rear hands. But whether I've made a move or he actually has a mismatch, now I need to use this upper body control combined with movement to get Leon off balance and weighted on this foot. And that's what we're looking to do. If you see Leon's spine and how it's like kinked and tilted offline, and my spine and power is very forward, now I can make my first fit. And we're gonna take this very step by step today. I want us to look how my knee locks behind Leon's knee, and I'm gonna ball my foot, my heels off the ground. My first step was in line with Leon's foot, or at least I'm trying to get there. My second was my reap, so now my foot comes behind his knee, and I have my heel off the ground. Now I take a small step forward, watch what happens. You see he's getting really off balance. Now all I do is bow and elevate my right leg, and Leon goes down. So we do it again. I step, hook, hop, boom. One last time. Step, hook, step, boom. All right. Now, when I'm teaching Osoto in class, one of the biggest things I'm always talking about is the ability to pull this arm to weight that leg. So when I'm in my single collar tie, I'm using my thumb and hand to kind of wrap around his huge biceps. And then I'm going to step and hang on that arm. Like that arm is glued to my body. So now my movement dictates where Leon goes, not my arms. And now my right hand, we spin. My right hand is not just to stay here. Watch how my shoulder starts collapsing into Leon. So my whole body is connected during that throw. Well, it's all well and good when my opponent makes a mistake, when he puts that opposite leg forward, but how do we actually set him up? We're gonna use a little bit of angle change footwork to bring that leg in and set up our Osoto Gari very powerful. I'm gonna show you what it looks like from just footwork only, because a lot of people screw this up, and then we'll apply it. Very simple. If I'm left leg lead, I'm gonna bring my right leg forward. As I do that, I'm gonna pick up my left foot, turn, pivot, and stomp. No way thinking is I'm going forward if someone calls me. Oh, what's up, bro? All right, very simple angle change footwork. Step, pick up, stomp. Now, he's got that leg back. I'm gonna step my right foot to the outside line of his foot, pick up my leg, stomp. Now, our feet are a little different configuration. Our feet are still in line again, but I have this now perpendicular angle. So I'm gonna snake, step, and I'm back to Osoto. In my experience, since I've done this technique probably close to 30 plus years, I This is the main way I would hit it. If I can get someone to slide a little bit to me, where I can snake that leg, where I'm not reaching for Osoto. He's gonna take me down now, right? But if I can bring it in, now really strong position. I probably could throw him right here, but I have a high chance of hurting his knee and maybe getting out. So I just take a step forward again, and bow. Now a little smoother. We're here, boom, boom, and down. So with our grip, make sure it has to actually put you this way now. Make sure first most important step comes the outside. If I step to the middle, it's gonna change things, almost gives him the back, right? Yeah, exactly. So I step to the outside, pivot, pick up my foot, stomp, connection, stomp, and down. Let's look at another popular gripping configuration, would be the 50-50 clinch. If I have an over-under grip, all right, now things are a little different. Not all the time, but let's say I have an underhook grip. I typically gonna follow that leg forward with my underhook, right? A little different than a collar tie. Collar tie, my right hand will be on the head, right leg back. With my underhook, it's a little different, okay? So, we're here. Now, same movement pattern, I'm gonna take a step out a little bit with my left. Boom, boom, bam. Hook, bow. One more time. Boom. Now, if I say I make a mistake by leaving that leg back and he's kind of had that leg forward, well, sure, easy. But I would suggest no matter what, you're always looking to draw your opponent in and get that nice, powerful position. Guys, a little different than maybe how you learn Osoto in your judo class, where it's big, almost just put your right leg forward. It's like sweeping action. Yeah, cool if you're a white belt, you learn the basics of Osoto, sure. But as you get more advanced, if you watch any high-level judo or any high-level application of the judo of Osoto Gari, they're using that hook, that connection behind the leg to really compromise the structure. And I really honed in this concept with Vlad Koulikov from Sambo Fusion, black belt BJJ, master of sport in Sambo, black belt in judo, fucking one of the best grapplers I've ever met. And he had a really good details on a leg hook for Osoto. In fact, I'm gonna put a little bit right now.
All right, nice and basic. So sometimes, right, sometimes this leg is gonna be forward. So once I'm here, I stepped in and that leg is forward. So all I gotta do, wind up, boom, and Osoto Gari. In other words, I'm taking shown completely backwards. So one more time, pull, step in, and Osoto this way. Mistake on Osoto, right, guys? Gari means chop or rip in Japanese. So put this leg forward, please. Yes. So in this scenario, I don't want to kind of put my leg and twist him. If all other ingredients of Kozushi in place, I can't twist him, but there's a good chance of him reversing. So my left leg, theoretically, at no point should be flat on the mat, right? Once I launch, I want to wind up and kick. And that's what Gari is all about. I mean, it might work when we're in this like kind of wrestling opposition, but it can backfire. So your best choice not to do that. It's fairly easy. Okay? So pull, launch, Osoto Gari.
All right, let's get into some applications of Osoto Gari. And we did a little bit of sport applications right now, but let's talk about pure combat from a self-defense perspective with some douchebag throwing a big haymaker and how we're going to defend against it. I'm going to demonstrate it first, and then I'm going to have Leon and Cole behind the camera work through this a little bit so you can see how we can get there. Now, two major defenses that we're going to use. One is called a jam entrance. That if Leon's throwing a haymaker, leave it out there for me. Bam. I'm going to be using a fit. I'm essentially throwing a jab and covering my rear side. And if you ever watch Muay Thai, sometimes it calls a long guard, a Dracula guard, or something like that. It's a very simple concept in all martial arts. Basically what I'm doing is closing the distance, protecting myself, right? We spin. Right. If I had my arm, elbow down, big hand, right? So I'm keeping my elbow up, and on his hand is here on the outside. And now I'm gonna start taking my footwork. I'm gonna take that step to the outside, and now I'm gonna use my elbow, boom, to really force Leon onto that hip. Now, if you see, can we spin a little bit? If you see, my left foot is behind and his right foot is back, but because I have this compromised spine, I'm able to take my hook, boom, and drop. Is that okay in your neck? Okay. Both Leon and I have fucked up necks, so we're trying to be a little careful with each other here. One more time on the JM entrance. Good, he throws the head, boom, boom, hook, bang. Now we could also use a high guard. So if Leon threw that haymaker again, I could, boom, high guard, and I run right back into the same exact combination. So let's have Cole and Leon come out. Well, Leon, you're already out. We'll come out of. So let's have you guys. So who wants to hit first?
I'll just start.
Okay, so nice and slow. He throws that. Boom. Yep. And really try to shoot that arm through. Good. Step. Nice.
A little bit. So
yeah, I was gonna mention that, but Cole asked a little bit of stutter step. Nothing wrong with that. He's just moving towards it. He took a little step, boom. Sounds almost, if you ever watch Jeff Chan, we call it a double step footwork. Nothing wrong with that, very efficient, all right? So again, bam. My only suggestion for Cole, and this is a very common thing, what I learned, can I use it again? Wherever, yep. When I finish Osoto, I learned to stay with my knees connected, and if I'm being perfect, I didn't trap the arm. Great for striking, great for the arm bar, etc. Something like kicking your head. Or just stomping in the head. You know, re-stomp the groin, re-stomp the head, it's all there. But if I go down to the ground, well, I'm committed to the ground. Now I'm forced to have a ground battle. Listen, I love ground combat, but on my terms, not my opponent's terms. So if I get on knee on belly, him right in front of me, I feel like it's got so many options. If I want to continue to the ground, I can. If I want the armbar, I can. If I want to go to side control, I can. But if I commit to side control, commit to the ground, now I'm definitely engaged in that battle. And I like choices in life. All right, again. Good. One more time, and then I want to add a little suggestion. I want you to try to off-balance him with that elbow. Think about trying to make him look like that way. Yeah, better. Good, good. Leon, why don't you get a few? So he throws that haymaker, enter in. Nice, let's get that heel off the ground. Good finish though, very good finish. Try to get that bow and a foot off the ground. Good. Bam. One more time, I have a little thought. One more time. Very good, very good. Okay. Now, we're using that elbow and we're being very nice with each other, so we're not getting this huge reaction of, let's say, knocking someone's head back, which makes the Osoto easier. If I was talking to a very small person versus a very large person, we're talking about Osoto Gari as a defensive thing, I would change my elbow to C grip. So he comes in, throws that thing, boom, now I grab his throat. Now it's easy for me to off-balance him. I'm not going to take him down with that right now. We actually do in our brown belt Kobukai, but I basically ending with him speared and on the ground. I'll be light with you. No, not with your neck. Fuck it, okay. So same exact thing. He throws it, I jam in, and now coming, boom, trip him, and now I'm pinning him on that throat and finish. I'm trying to be as nice to Leon as possible. You can understand, very, very vicious. And that C grip, it's a very, very powerful thing. You can use it in a lot of different ways. All right, let's take Osoto to the next step. We've done a little bit of self-defense. We've done some basic concepts of grappling and overall understanding of Osoto. Now let's add a little bit of an MMA perspective. And what I'm gonna do is essentially change my grip a little bit. We'll use a Thai clinch, add a few knees, then work my Osoto off of that. So let's go back over here. And because it's fun, I'm gonna use an entrance myself. Let's call this jab cross. I'll just crash in and establish my Thai clinch. So we're here, boom, boom, I crash in and I establish my Thai clinch. One more time. There's a lot, guys, on our YouTube channel, there's probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 dedicated videos on just entering into the clinch. I think it's one of the most important skills a grappler should know. So I'll briefly go through this, but if you're interested in how to get into clinch, we have a lot of different ways. When I throw my jab cross, boom, I enter in. Whether it's an elbow or I shoot, bam, I'm now gonna fold in to my Thai clinch. Come here. Now, we're gonna mirror our footwork we did earlier, but I'm gonna add a knee as an interrupt. Knee, step, angle change, bump, Osoto Gari. So my knee, I'm gonna come over here now so you see both ways. Boom, boom, boom. All right. I'm staying static for camera, but guys, if I'm doing this for real, come over here, I'm not gonna go crazy. Now I am working my way in, establishing my Thai clinch and hitting my Osoto. So there's a little bit more of a movement principle to this, that if you want to do any takedown, you have to have movement involved. If I grab Leon's leg for a single leg, and I don't do anything, he's gonna defend and get out. I have to off balance him. So when I'm hitting this one, boom, boom, I'm walking in, I hit my knee. Now I have a step, watch that with my left hand. I start collapsing that side. I have my hook and my Osoto. Bah, bah. Nice and easy. Guys, for Thai clinch angle change knees, it might help you to understand just some basic knees first. So I'm not gonna worry about changing my grip for the throw right now. Let's just stay with the Thai clinch. I knee, boom. And when you see this, from this perspective, you'll see me kind of carrying my hips and Leon's head and body together. Boom, I step. Now I see how Leon's head's connected to my right shoulder. I'm gonna pivot, connected to my left shoulder. And then if I wanted to Osoto, I'd change my grip and go. Maybe I don't need to change my grip, but that kind of helps collapse that structure, all right? So one more time, just on the knees, we're in that clinch. Knee, step, steer, step, boom, boom, Osoto. Better. Get in there, right idea. So remember, still the footwork, right? So just so you feel, right? I'm not gonna go knee and force your head over there because you're not gonna let me do that. So knee, step, see how like me re-stomping again almost kind of forces you in. So that same pattern, boom. Not bad. Not bad. Good, better standing. Here. One more time. Then Leon gets something. A little disconnected there. Yeah, we'll have to work on that. Yeah. So think about it. This might help you too. I'll put it as I knee. I think I'm putting Leon in my right shoulder. Now I step forward. He stays there. Now I'm gonna re-step this leg and point it that way, but as I do, I'm gonna steer Leon to the other shoulder. Does that make sense? It's almost like I'm dragging, like, boom, boom, like you're trying to kind of drive a big bus. Knee, step, steer, and angle, better. There you go. He's got to make sure that foot gets that left foot has to get nice and close to his foot at the end. Again. Knee, step, angle change, a little better. Hook the leg, sweep. Not bad. All right, Leon, let me see yours. Maybe you'll do better than Cole. Boom, boom, boom. Knee. Now I go right knee. Right knee steps. Boom, steer to the left. Okay, you're gonna go that way? That's right, you're southpaw. We both are southpaw, but you go, I know. You know when people tell me they're ambidextrous? Like, oh, what handed are you? Oh, I'm ambidextrous. No, you're fucking not. You're probably the closest person I've met to it. But man, so many people tell me almost every single day, oh, I write right-handed, but I like to fight left-handed. I'm sure you do. Every week, at least someone tells me that. And I'm trying not to be an asshole. I just look at them. No, you're not. I just don't even play the game anymore. Yeah, guys, once you watch these videos, you will be a master of martial arts and capable of teaching anybody the secrets, the Osoto Gari, and more. That's why we do these things. All right, so steal our thunder, I don't know. Yeah. So once you get in, make sure you have right leg forward. You use your left knee. Boom, step to the outside, steer to the right, and now step again to the right, yep. Much better, nice throw. The only difference on that one, instead of when you throw your left knee, don't bring back your right foot. You'll throw your left knee, boom, step, steer, stop. It's a 90-degree change, yes. And you're steering him over as you do it. One more time. A little better. Good throw. One more time. Not bad, not bad. Guys, you have to remember, like, one, you are never perfect when you're doing technique. I'm nitpicking every little detail they're doing, but they're doing a really good job. They're learning the technique. We've only been doing a few reps on camera. If you were doing this in class, we were doing this in class, they'd probably go through hundreds of reps a night, probably, right? And at the end, they would have much more cleaner look. But when we're doing things like this, you have to like respect your learning, that you're trying to decode what we're working on. So from the learning perspective, do not stress. If it doesn't look perfect, you don't get it right away. Eventually, this thing comes, but you do not earn it without repetition. That's one of the biggest things that people in martial arts, they think they see things once, they do things once, all of a sudden they got the move. You ain't got shit, you gotta rep it. That's how it works. That's why it takes years to develop true martial arts skills. Listen, I've been coaching for 17 years. If I was able to give someone a martial arts skill on the first day, I'd probably be out of business tomorrow. So it takes the time to learn martial arts. One of the most powerful grips we can use for Osoto is the Kata Gatame grip. In a pinch headlock, I'll get to the pinch headlock in a second. But the Kata Gatame is a very strong head and arm clinch position that, again, applies to all assets, multiple self-defense, MMA, grappling, it doesn't matter, it's just a strong grip. We're gonna do it right now off of a rear cross or just a cross. Rear cross is always rear cross, right? So we're gonna do it off a cross, and then we're gonna hit a little level change entrance and get our Kata Gatame grip. So from a self-defense or combat perspective, as he throws that cross, I'm gonna slip. And as I'm slipping, I'm taking a step out, pointing my right shoulder at Leon's right shoulder. Boom. Now our right foot falls in, bam, and we're getting this clinch. Now, if it's a true out case, we're a little closer, boom, boom. I'm snaking right in, and I'm weaving my rear hand right around his neck, and then my other hand is gonna mirror with a gable grip. This is our Kata Gatame position. It's not the choke yet, it's just a control. Now I'm gonna go back to Osoto. You see how my left leg is back and his leg is forward. I'm gonna do a combination of a step as well as a wing elbow. Boom. There's that hip. Now, because I'm a nice person, I don't want to kill Leon, I'm actually gonna go down to the ground with him. And I snake my knee behind and bend my knees down. I can finish right into the choke, or transfer to an arm bar or somewhere else. So again, he throws it, boom, boom, popping up. Now I hit a wing elbow. I'm trying to hit his kidney. I'm trying to not be mean, but boom, whipping his kidney hard with my elbow, boom. That gets him offline, snake, right down to the ground. Let's go that side, do it one more time. So I hit a slip, level change, boom, pop up, boom. Easy finish. The hardest thing of that one is truly getting the grip. But if you're dealing a lot of punch defense and you are, like, say, grappling oriented, wrestling oriented, the level change and the slipping should start feeling pretty natural, and then it's all about just leaving your rear hand around the neck. It snakes right in pretty easily. Another strong gripping option is called the pinch headlock. And again, I grabbed this from Vlad Koulikov, Master Sport Sambo, BJJ, Judo. This guy is arguably one of the best grapplers I've ever met, especially from a teaching perspective. And a pinch headlock is a very strong grip. If you look at a traditional headlock control, let's say, yeah, here, like, I want to throw someone, whatever it is, I have a really loose connection here. And if I miss my arm a little bit, shit, he's got my back, right? One of the biggest downfalls of the headlock could stay control, because if I don't hit it perfectly, I really fuck up and I'm very vulnerable. The pinch headlock saves that. From the grip, it's like the headlock position. My arm comes underneath, and see the line of Leon's shirt? That's when my other hand's gonna go palm, when my rear hand's palm up, other hand palm down, and I pinch him to my chest. Like Vlad says, like mother's love.
Stronger than mother's love, as I say.
So now, from a grappling perspective, I'm gonna go back to the beginning and use our footwork, but then when I use my footwork, I'm gonna set it up with a pinch headlock. So I step, angle change, and now right here, I punch my left arm through the hole as I take a step forward, and my right arm will clamp, bam. Now I'm back to my same sequence for a takedown. So here again, boom, step, angle change, pinch, whoomp, boom, bam. Very nice. Very strong grip. And in fact, there is a good video on our channel. I believe it's called No Gi Throws by Vlad Koulikov, that has a lot to do with the pinch headlock, Osoto Gari, Tai Otoshi, some other things. Awesome video. One of my favorites, even though it's on our channel, it's actually a wealth of information. I'm gonna give one last, let's call it advanced or options. We did a Kata Gatame, we did a pinch headlock. I call this a weird side Osoto. It's one of the Osoto Garis that I hit for years when I was having difficulty making my opponent move. Can you actually come over here? We'll just go right back to that single collar tie reference point, all right? And let's say I'm not able to get Leon off balance. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a step forward my left, but now my right hand is gonna snake through the hole, and I get this little clamp. My hand actually starts pounding his skull, right around his, his ear, temple line, and I think I'm kind of like scooping it over. So I'm gonna take a step, boom. I have this collapse, and the Osoto is very nice from that position. When you're grappling and you just kind of have that step, boom, boom, it feels like you're just kind of collapsing it right over. Feels very slick. Okay, so here again, I step, collapse, boom. Look at my angle, my foot is perfect. I snake behind, I'm not gonna put the knee down this time. I'm just gonna go right to my trip. And you end up nice and clean, perfect position to finish. I call it the weird side Osoto. Very cool, I think so. All right, for MMA, there's this awesome Osoto Gari variation, where I think it's Sabib who started this, and it comes off a tie hop, and very similar to that weird side Osoto Gari that I did earlier. Can you stand in your stance? We know we have to tack the left leg or the lead leg with our lead leg. Problem is, our lead leg is on the wrong side. I either have to draw their rear leg to me, or I have to switch my stance. Another way I can do this, I can use what we call a tie hop, where I shield myself up when I want to enter into a clinch. The only difference is, if I want to do a regular tie hop, shield up, boom, I'm now looking to start connecting with knees. And of course, once we do that, we can chain into our knee variation of Osoto we did earlier, or I just put the foot on the outside. So I tie hop, boop, 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 and now the left hand is gonna come around the head, and my right hand will hit the sweep, and Leo goes down. I will absolutely find some footage of this one and link it in. You know why? Because I suck at it. It's just not my strong skill. I love the tie hop, but one of my fighters, Cameron Brzezinski, he's a 3-1 pro right now. He's hitting this a lot in class. It's becoming his one of his go-to takedowns. He's actually fighting in CES in November, and I'm hoping that we actually get to see a cool Osoto off it. So to show you how it works, I got a little bit of range. Boom, I hop it in, whoop, 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 and you're right down. One more time. Get some range. Boom, hop, 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 boom.
Beautiful stuff, and look at this outside trip, man, gorgeous.
We have to be very aware of this one, that I have to get my left arm across the body, whether it comes to the neck or it comes to the head. If I just tie hop here, and I don't make, even if I have this connection, you guys can see the vulnerability, I'm open. So we have to almost think about, as you're coming in, boom, clotheslining him, bam, and going offline, or going for the Osoto. One, on that clothesline concept, I actually see Cam do this sometimes. He'll go too hard at the head. It kind of like steers him away and really doesn't get that trip. So you just gotta make for, again, we're trying to get the connection off balance someone and then snake in the Osoto Gari hook, put him down. Now, let's start getting some advanced combinations with Osoto Gari. What I like about Osoto is that it can be relatively low risk. Like I can show the Osoto, I can attack with Osoto and get a reaction from my opponent, but it doesn't mean I have to commit to it. And when I get a reaction, something else will open up. Simple concept, right? We call it, in wrestling, it's like chain wrestling, but you're basically being fluid and going from one technique to the other technique. Now you could have the forethought that I'm going to use my Osoto to set up another technique, or because I tackle Osoto and I'm really good, I'm going to chain it to other technique. So first one we'll look at is Osoto Gari to Ouchi Gari. So my right leg is going to do most of the work. We'll start from a tie clinch, a single car tie, excuse me. I'm going to tackle Osoto shittily and then transfer to my Ouchi Gari. Yeah, we'll start here. So from our clinch, I'm gonna take a little step. I'm not gonna worry about that angle change right now. I'm gonna take a little step and throw that also. He's gonna back step out, clears that leg. Now you see how my right leg is in the middle. All I'm gonna do is start snaking it behind. I'm gonna do the standing Ouchi Gari, which is not my favorite. I believe it can work if you hit it perfectly. Most of the time we're gonna go to the ground. But once we tackle Osoto, I think about having my lead foot, my right foot, is to draw a half moon around his leg. And I use my Achilles essentially to trap his Achilles and pull him down. When we spin, we'll try to point our knee in a direction we want our opponent to go. So I hit the shitty Osoto, boom, he back steps, here comes my foot, and he goes down. One more time. Step my Osoto, boom, he back steps, now I'm here, and comes down. Now, if you notice on that last one, Leon felt it too. His legs start pulling up. He's starting to get away of that inside trip. It's natural because I'm coming that way. His foot can't help kind of like slide out and up a little bit. So we now take that Ouchi Gari and make it a little wrestly, and we call it the inside trip. And I'm gonna go to the ground and my right hand is gonna stop that foot. Let's come from this perspective. Here again. I step, boom, he back steps. Same half moon principle. Now I go down and I like to come right to knee line at the end to essentially lock in his foot and leg to my leg. Boom, Osoto, bam. I'm trying to face him at the end. One more time. Step, Osoto attack. Right down. Now, we can also do the reverse of this. I step and attack Ouchi, he back steps, I hop. Now I'm into my Osoto. So the concept of almost like harassing your opponent with your leg, bomb, 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 bomb. You know, you're just looking to see where he's gonna step and open up that other trip. So one more time on both of those. I attack first for Osoto, he back steps, I slide through, right to my Ouchi. Or, I tackle my Ouchi first, I hop, boom, boom, right to my Osoto. Similar concept, now let's use a Tai Otoshi. So, let's just come here. I go for my Osoto, boom, he back steps. Now I put my foot down, turn my hip over. Now, if he's really far away, we're actually gonna drop our knee to the ground. Leon will go down. Guys, a reminder, my neck is pretty fucked up, surgery. Some of these things like that particular one don't feel that great on me, so I'm gonna go a little slower on this one. Again. So here, I attack from my Osoto, he back steps. I turn my hips over. Now it's a great time to either lash onto the lat or make your pinch headlock. My goal is to get basically our hips parallel together, drop that for drop Tai Otoshi or kneeling Tai Otoshi, or I can stay standing. Boom. Nice, easy Tai Otoshi. Probably again, my favorite throws. Everything's my favorite throw. But Tai Otoshi is a nice, strong one. It really works well with Osoto Gari. In a pinch headlock, this comes even stronger. Boom, he back steps that out. It's a very, very clean, easy throw. Last combination for Osoto Gari is we're gonna hit the Osoto and then go to a drop Ippon Seoi Nagi. Awesome throw, one of my favorites. I keep fucking saying that today. Don't judge me, all right? Leon's very mean to me, guys. You don't know what he does to me off camera. He makes fun of me for saying things, and it hurts my feelings a lot, so, yeah. All right, so let's go to Osoto Gari to Ippon Seoi Nagi. I step, boom, he back steps. Now there's this pocket. My right arm is gonna come underneath, back step between his legs, and drop. Bam. I speed it up a little bit, and hopefully I don't kill myself doing this. I attack, boom, back step, and he comes over. It's a nice drop Ippon. Guys, when doing a drop Ippon, make sure you're trying to capture the arm and the bend of your arm. If I get that over my neck, especially in the beginning of the throw, I'm essentially exposing my back, and I better have a really strong connection to the arm to bring him over. If not, my back is taken. I'm in a whole other world of pain.